Benvenuti. This is episode... Wait, what?
That's the only word we know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Welcome to episode number 2 of Bad Italians. Wow, that first episode really had everyone on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
That was crazy. What's going to happen in episode number 2?
I know. It's craziness over here. You could see that as part of our wardrobe, we decided that we wanted to look a little bit more Italian for you in this episode.
Interesting. I feel like I've seen that jacket before.
I stole it from Steven's closet.
Hey, whatever we got to do here. We're all about the views, the listens, the jokes.
If anyone wants to put up with us for any amount of time, that's, even if you accidentally clicked in to this podcast and you were like, oh, shit. I don't blame you. But also, then if you clicked out, I still appreciate that millisecond of time that you gave. So
let me ask you this.
Yes.
In the run of Bad Italians so far, what have been some of your favorite moments so far?
Oh. No, a lot. Honestly, a lot of stuff. We talked about our family backgrounds in that last episode, and we explained, too, at that point, that this whole podcast is not going to be about being Italian or being Italian Americans or anything like that. We clearly don't know enough, but we wanted. It's
more about economics.
Yeah, freakonomics. It's politics, religion. But I think we just wanted to start off with who we are and just to give you guys some background. Just a couple of schmucks from Chicago, and both happen to have the same Italian-American background.
I guess worth mentioning is that I'm originally from Ohio. I guess
that's true.
If this is the first time you've ever been exposed to me, I'm originally from Ohio. Kind of matters, I guess. I lived in Chicago for about 5 years, a little less.
Yeah, I'm sure people could tell that we don't have the exact same accent.
When you went like that, I thought you were like the exact same face. What do you...
No. I mean, clearly, we look a lot alike, but, not
yeah, we could be related. As we talked about in the last episode, it is possible. I'm not ruling it out. It's unlikely, though.
I certainly hope not. I feel like I'm related to everybody already. It'd be nice to not be related to, one person. Because I did the Ancestry DNA thing, and everybody, I swear to God, I have 5,700 matches around the Chicagoland area. I am lucky that I haven't dated my fourth cousin. Really lucky.
Oh, that would be legal at least. That's your fourth cousin.
I don't even know the rules. And now I actually have to go into the state of Illinois and look up the ruls on what it's like to date.
Can I date this person? Is this legal?
He's my 50th great aunt's cousin. Can I date him?
Yeah. Yeah, those rules are kind of strange. I just feel like it's interesting how over time we just completely adjust the rules.
I know.
Back in the day, people were getting married at age 12. People were like,
oh, man.
Yeah, there's some weird stuff in the past.
So I'm 33, right? And this would be completely unacceptable to be a single gal of 33. My dad would have sold me for a sheep.
I also say that saying gal nowadays is kind of unacceptable.
Is gal not acceptable? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that word.
I'm old, okay? What do you want? But
it's a changing world, Jess. You can't be talking like that.
But what they used to take sheep, right? And they were like, listen, I'll give you 5 sheep if
you're gonna get married off to my daughter.
Let's be honest here. No one would have taken me then, and I'd probably been married off to my first cousin. And I probably
being married after your first cousin was probably a good thing back then.
Was it?
I don't know. Things were so weird.
Oh my God,
then.
I would have had so many deformed children.
Yeah.
Because our genetics, we all look alike. That would have been terrible.
Yeah.
There's
definitely some weird things. The whole idea of arranged marriage. Did you have any arranged marriages in your family?
Not that I know of.
I'm pretty sure I have one.
Do you really?
I think my great-grandparents on one side of my family, I think might have been. Or maybe not a fully arranged, but kind of.
Jeez, I can't even get a guy to take me for a second cup of coffee, and these people got arranged marriages,
How scary would that be, though?
I know.
Do you trust someone else to pick out who you get married to?
No. I've had people try to pick out people I should date, or I know this person, you should totally go out with them. And I'm no.
Do your parents, have they done that before?
I think my mom is not doing that anymore.
But she has.
I think they've tried.
If you had to have one of your parents pick out somebody you should date, who would it be? Would you rather have your mom or your dad pick the person that you date? You get set up on a blind date.
That's tough.
One of them picks. Who would you be more comfortable choosing?
See, I think my dad would pick like the cooler person, like, you know, maybe not like attractive or, you know, like anything. Like my mom would pick out somebody that had like a really good job and like, you know, just very smart, can provide, you know. And my dad would be like, well, I met him. He seemed nice, you know. I think he's working. Go ahead, you know. But my mom is like, wants me to be, you know.
So your dad would have like low standards for who he'd set you up with?
I think anybody at this point they would consider a fit.
It's actually a pretty tough question. I don't know which of my parents I would trust more to set me up.
I don't know either. You're so different from your parents.
Well, part of me would almost trust my mom more to set me up.
Yeah.
Because I feel like my dad would be like too like looks focused.
Well, that might not be such a bad thing.
To just be looks. I mean,
why not? You get somebody that's really attractive. You're like, you can overlook anything that she has to say.
But see, no, I don't know. I don't think that either of my parents would probably be that good at picking someone out for me.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. Just a guess.
I don't know. You know, your parents are supposed to know you the most, though. You know, I feel like they're the ones that are going to be like, this person really will, if you give it a chance, will work for you.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they would be better at it than I'm thinking, but it definitely, I've never really been set up with someone before. Like, I feel like I don't like the idea of someone trying to set me up.
Yeah. But I mean, think about it. It's not really much different than trying to get set up on like Hinge or like Tinder or whatever. You're kind of just like matching on looks, right? Like, or I mean, I guess I feel like I do Tinder and not Tinder, Hinge, like all wrong. Like I'm looking at the profile, I'm trying to see what the guy wrote, I'm trying to see what he said. I'm like, well, you know, is he gonna make me laugh, whatever. And I think a lot of guys, now tell me if I'm wrong here, but I think a lot of guys are just like ugly, hot, beep, ugly, hot, beep. Like they just swipe through until they don't even care. Or am I really over stereotyping?
Well, I think the app is important. Like I think that Hinge is different than Tinder. Like, I think if you like, look at the different apps, I definitely think it's different.
And I can't say, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I just, for the listeners out there, I don't want people to think, like, women don't do the exact same thing.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That was my next comment.
Like, yeah, women and men probably both do that. And I'm, like, literally trying to look for a mate here, you know? I'm,
well,
like,
okay, so
scrolling through.
Dating apps is a lot like if you were to hire someone for a job. You look through the application. You have like 200 applications.
Yeah, that's
you can't read every single one of these applications and like have a same. So what you do, you're not giving everyone a shot, right? You gotta narrow it down. You look through. You're like, all right, who out of this pile went to college? Okay, these ones. Who has a bachelor's degree from college? Okay, now we got.
So you're looking at what means the most to you. Like you want to know what.
I feel like a lot of what guys do is we swipe through it. We find like the type of girl that we think that like from the outside is something that we like, and then like once they look good, there's times where I'll click and I'll be like, okay, but what about some of these other things? Oh, I don't like them as much after looking at these pictures. Next, but like you gotta narrow it down by something. So
I just feel like, and maybe I should have backtracked from what I was saying earlier because I feel like the listeners could get a really bad idea of me, you know, blaming guys and not blaming girls for doing the exact same thing. I totally agree, and I would look at me like, what is she even talking about? You know, like I get it. So I don't mean it. I don't really mean it that way. I guess I mean that I think we're all just trying to find someone that we think it could be like a person that we can go on a date with either once, twice, or for however long. But a lot of that stuff to me is very physical based.
Yeah, I mean, you can't take it too personal. It's like what I told you the other day. Like, you can get offended. Like, what? How does this person not like think I'm cool? They didn't give me a shot at a second date. I think you just gotta like drop your ego on some parts of it and just realize like, with so many options, this is the one bad part. Is like, you match with someone, you go out with them, and you're like, yeah, they're fine, but what if there's someone better if I just keep swiping and it like. That just happens a lot of times.
I've been going on dates, and I know that I'm right, I'm older, so I'm going to be 34 in December. So I'm.
What do you mean you're older?
I'm older than like the general. So a lot of people who are doing like podcasts and YouTube and stuff like that, they're like probably like 22, right? Early 20s, maybe mid 20s.
I don't know. All the podcasts I listen to are like 30s and 40s.
Perfect. All right, good. Then I'm finally in my age demographic.
Yeah, there's some in the 20s too, but like there's a lot in the 30s and 40s. Well.
Good. Well, at this point,
Joe Rogan's in his 50s.
Well, that's true. Well, this point in my life, you know, you meet a lot of people that maybe they're recently separated, or maybe they got married and they're divorced. Maybe they have children. You know, so people have like lived their lives, you know, and now they're looking again for like another start. So dates I've been on, I've had people be like, she was the love of my life. Like they're telling me, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry that you lost the love of your life.
On the
on
first
dates.
Yeah, this is the dumbest part.
On dates.
Yeah, I know. Like if you first go on a date like with someone from a dating app, I'm no expert on it, but like
No.
I will say when you spend the first like long part of it just talking about other dates that you go on,
Dear God.
I think in theory you think it's a good idea because you're trying to relate to the person,
Yeah.
but it doesn't progress anything.
No,
it's not actually a good idea.
Listen, we all have exes, right? If we didn't marry the person, they're our ex, you know? And so like I mean I could go through a list of wonderful, you know, relationships that I've been in that didn't work out, and you know, air out my laundry on dates, but I just want to get to know you. Like I don't want to get to know why you broke up with, you know, Susie, you know, like 5 years ago. You know, I'm sorry that you were engaged and it didn't work out, you know. I want to know I want to know about you now, and I want you to know about me, and then screw that time. This is our time now.
What's something that somebody can say in the first 2 minutes of a date where you immediately are like, nope?
Oh God. That's such a good. Probably that they don't have interest in actually being in a relationship. That I've heard before.
Yeah.
Like, just so you know, I'm not very interested in like taking this anywhere. And then
they say that off the get-go?
Some
Okay.
I've not been on very good dates. Some do, and I'm like, okay. And then you think like in your mind, at least I think in my mind, like maybe I could change his mind.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm gonna change this guy's mind. I'm gonna be the first girl ever to change his mind. You know, and
to be fair, that actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I believe that the one girlfriend that I met from a dating app, I want to say that she said that, I think on our first date.
Yeah.
And then a month later, we were boyfriend girlfriend. So it's
there
like,
you go.
It's not impossible.
Yeah, maybe you're the exception though.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. All I could say is this is definitely not a dating podcast. I would refrain and take everything I say with a grain of salt because I have not been successful at it.
Yeah, but my guess is we'll probably talk about this type of stuff pretty regularly.
I mean, both of us aren't seeing like we're just here.
Yeah, we're not saying we're experts either.
No. I think we're probably like the worst people to give advice on that sort of stuff.
I think we're great. I would say we're great. I mean, we've got experience like that.
We do have experience.
We've both been in like relationships that have gone on for like a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We've been single for parts of our lives too, different chapters of it. Like,
true, yeah.
I think we can speak to some of it. But
yeah, you're right.
I was trying to think of the answer to that question. That would be a big one for me
it's
if someone said
one.
like they're not interested in a relationship right off the top of it. 'Cause especially if like I went into it just expecting like that they at least would be up to the idea, like possibly.
Well, and I don't want to sound old-fashioned here, and I feel like this whole podcast I've been sounding extremely old-fashioned, so I'm really sorry about that too. I will promise to become more progressive as we move on. I've been trying as a person just to say I am, but like the other part that I really freaking hate about dates is when like the guy kind of or girl or whoever just kind of ignores you. Like for me, like I've been on dates where like the guy, like we're in line for coffee and he goes first, and like I sort of just expect that he would like maybe pay just to be nice, like not even because like he's the guy, but he's first, you know, like he literally was up there first.
Yeah.
You know, or like he would, you know, there was a crowd, maybe he just wanted to get our coffee order out of the way, right? But like he was like, I'd like a cappuccino. Go ahead, you know. And I was like, okay.
Yeah,
I guess I would like a cappuccino too.
Even if it's like I always pay, even if I'm like immediately like this, I'm not feeling this.
Right.
I don't even like. Yeah, I just.
But here's the thing: like, if whoever pays first, if you keep dating each other, you can switch off who pays when. You know, if you're going to the store, you can be like, okay, I got it because you paid last time. I mean, it doesn't have to be that the guy always pays. Yeah. It just, it could. It's just a really nice kind of gesture. You know.
Yeah.
It just makes me feel better about the date.
Yeah. No, I'm still thinking about like what my big deal breaker would be.
Yeah, tell me. 'Cause I told you.
Within the first 2 minutes, it's honestly, it's not what they say as much as it is like the energy that I get from the first. Like, if I feel like in the first 2 minutes that like and I'm not saying like, oh, the energy of this. I'm not talking about like not that. I'm saying like the energy in terms of like just that immediate like awkwardness.
Yeah.
I can usually tell like right away.
Maybe
like
no
ooh,
connection.
Yeah. Like if I don't feel that connection within the first 2 minutes, in terms of like, I could just tell the whole time we're never gonna get to the point where this conversation's ever gonna flow smoothly. I've had those moments before, and I'm just like, oh god, now I gotta.
Have you ever been with like a Debbie Downer on a date?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Like, well, I would have called, but.
Yeah.
I had to work really late, and then my tire blew out, and then I had to go call my sister, and that was rough. Something like that. Yeah.
Well, okay, let's do you want to move on to a Mamma Mia moment?
Yeah, let's do a Mamma Mia moment.
Okay, so do another Mamma Mia moment. This is a segment in which we say something, we tell something that made us feel like, I'll use it like I said last episode. In Super Mario 64, if Mario lands in the lava, he goes, Mamma Mia.
Oh my god,
I think he does in other instances too. What's your explanation for Mamma Mia then? If you don't like mine, explanation.
This is the second time now that he's put in what I specifically said.
A lot of people are going to know what I'm talking
Mario
about.
Mario 64.
A lot of people.
That's for bad Italians.
Yeah.
But I can't help it. He's so cute. He can do whatever he wants. Whatever. If you want to do that, you do that. Or whatever.
I'm wearing red. I guess I'm more
Mario.
You're red. Luigi. Mario and Luigi.
Oh, I love it. I actually tried to convince him to go as Mario and Luigi for Halloween, but he wouldn't.
Both Mario and Luigi.
Would you? I'll split up my costume. Half Mario, half Luigi. Why don't you do that with me? That'd be so much fun.
We think about it.
All right. Well, you think
not
about
against
just think
it.
About it. Okay, good. I'm glad you're not against it.
Mamma Mia moment. Well, last time I went first. Do you want to go first this time? And keep in mind, it doesn't have to be something that happened to you. It could be something you saw this week where you thought it was Mamma Mia. Or like someone else maybe had Mamma Mia. Like you saw someone where you're like, wow, Mamma Mia. That's quite a moment for that person.
Oh, so my Mamma Mia moments are just not good. Like I just don't have a good Mamma Mia moment. There's just so many things in the world that are crazy. Why don't you go first? Let me think. Let me think about it a little bit. I gotta think about it.
Okay, so
maybe yours will spark mine.
Well, the Mamma Mia moment. So I got to think of something now. This is gonna be tough. No, I'll come up with something. I'm just trying to think. So the last one was me having to use the bathroom. So I want to think of something that's a little bit less like potty humor.
Yes,
a little bit more. I had a positive Mamma Mia moment.
Ooh.
Moving around a couple of paintings in this apartment, and I think that you agree.
Nice. I do agree.
Moving in the living room of my apartment. Yes. And maybe even just like the combination. So in my living room, I felt like it was like too much abstract stuff, and it was bothering me.
Yeah.
Because I really like it, but it was like a little bit too much.
Too much, yeah.
So I thought to get like a more neutral rug.
That's right.
That, like,
I do.
That like it would look a little bit better.
Yeah.
So I had gotten a more neutral rug, and then moved that rug in my bedroom, and so it started looking a lot better.
Yeah.
But I think the Mamma Mia moment was I have like a painting that I did that Jess actually was in the video for.
Yeah. Yep.
and then I had like another painting that I bought as like a little more color in it, and I just like flip-flopped them on the walls.
And look, made such a
and
difference.
it does like, it like makes the room look better now.
Yeah,
like,
I don't
aesthetically.
get it. I really don't get it.
So that was like a bright Mamma Mia moment, like a light bulb moment.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess like and I don't have like a positive Mamma Mia, but I'm living with my parents again. Not permanently. I have a place of my own, but I'm going to be selling it soon and then moving back in with my parents just to save up some money. And my Mamma Mia moment is like they cannot hear. like my dad will be talking to my mom like from upstairs and downstairs, and then my mom will be like, "What did he say?" And then if she can't hear him or he's downstairs, he'll be like, "Can you just run and go get your mother?" Like it's really difficult.
Well, it's not a surprise because your hearing is so bad too.
Oh my God.
Your hearing takes place after them, I guess, because
that's not
or is it
even nice.
not takes place, takes after.
I feel like my hearing's okay.
I mean, for now, that's because you're 30 years younger than them.
Okay, also, can I just say, I grew up near O'Hare Airport, and every freaking 2 minutes there's an airplane that comes by. And I swear to God, I think it hurt my ears over time.
It's always an excuse of some
I'm
kind.
telling you. Don't
It's
live
the
near
airplanes. It's nothing to do with
It's the
me.
airplanes. I'm telling you. I think so.
Have you done any Oh, by the way, this has been Mamma Mia.
Oh, thank you. This has been Mamma Mia.
Do you have any or have you ever had to do an improv Italian character?
Oh my God, yes. I did one where I played this guy's wife, and he's like, I gotta go kill a person. I gotta go kill a guy. And I was like, well, I made you lasagna first, so sit your ass down. I made you lasagna. You're gonna eat before. He's like, no, I gotta go kill a guy. And I'm like, why can't Johnny or Edward or whatever? And he was like, because they all got colds, so they all drive in the same car. I gotta go kill a guy. And anyway, so yeah, so maybe you had to be there.
Yeah,
but,
I definitely had to.
So
be
you probably had to be there. Maybe even if you were there, it wouldn't have been that great. But
yeah, probably not.
Probably not. But it was a lot of fun. I have played and I was also in an improv troupe called De Familia.
Ah, there we go. So I had a little bit of Italian influence.
So
there.
I played like these like this family that like a maid family kind of family.
Yeah.
So I mean I've definitely, the Italian influence has definitely had. The Italian has had an influence on my character playing, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
When I was a kid, we made, this is like in middle school, my friend and I, we made this thing called Mafia.
Okay.
And we just were Mafia characters. That was my only Italian character that I could think of that I've ever played. But yeah, I kind of want to do something else like that again. I feel like that'd be pretty fun.
See, this is really bad too, because if Italians, real Italians are watching this podcast, they'll be like, why does everybody in the U.S. associate us with the mafia?
Hey, I don't know. I'm just saying, whatever reason, those became popular movies, and then now this is what happens.
Goodfellas is my favorite movie of all time. I tried to make you watch it.
I watched it.
Yeah.
It was good.
I really love that movie.
It's definitely not my kind of movie, but it's good.
Really? Oh my God, it's my favorite.
I don't know what my kind of movie is. It's impossible to figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm very weird about movies.
I really just love those types of movies. I think I liked Goodfellas a lot because it had more to do with relationships than it had to do with actually being a part of that type of job. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I guess so. What's the word of the day today?
Oh, word of the day. Hang on. I have it on my handy dandy trusty phone. Let me get word of the day.
Wow.
Hold on.
Word of the day is exactly what you guessed it would be. We got a word, we got a day, and we got to get the word of the day.
Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, the next word is la sinistra. Can you please tell me what la sinistra means?
La sinistra. Okay, La Sinistra. Okay, so
so Steven has to try to guess what these words mean.
La Sinistra.
No, La Sinistra.
Can I get the country of origin?
Italy.
Sinistra. See, this to me sounds like.
Say what it sounds like, because you'll probably be right.
It's kind of like. It's kind of like a cross between a sister and a niece. It's a sinistra.
All right, no, that's very incorrect. Very incorrect. Family Feud incorrect. You want to try another?
It's like when you do something bad on Easter. You did a sin on Easter.
Okay, you're getting close. So, all right, I guess he's close. So sinistra means left. So Italians believe, like, if you're left-handed, for instance, you're sinister. It's like the mark of the devil, kind of. I'm left-handed, so don't be offended to anybody that's left-handed out there. But anyway, left is associated as sinister, evil. So la sinistra is left.
And now you know.
And now you know.
That's the good thing about bad Italians. It sounds like it's all bad, but it's not, because you can walk away learning something new, and maybe by the end of every episode, we're one step closer to not being bad Italians.
Maybe.
But
stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Let's see how much better we can get.
We'll get better.
better.
As time goes on. Any final thoughts? Anything we didn't cover here before we go?
No, I guess the only other thought is we'll either do word of the day or a fun Italian fact at the end of the day. So I think for like these next few episodes, we'll probably do a word still. But then after that, we'd like to start with like maybe a fun Italian fact we could do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for sticking here. If you did like today's episode, make sure that you subscribe to the channel.
Yes, please.
As of right now, these episodes just live on the Chicago Fun Times. But
Yeah, they do.
that's the video portion. We also want to make this an audio thing too.
Yes.
But
right now, just video. But it's kind of nice that it is just video, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to see our dry board
That's true.
Italian flag on a broken lamp. So.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Non più tra i farfalloni amoroso, notte